Tonight, a springtime study found Idaho's economy loses nearly $500,000 a year due to a lack of child care options. And as our Madeline White reports, the pandemic has only made it worse.
While it feels like the pandemic is changing everything around us, one thing that remains a constant is that children need childcare. But for many in Idaho, that is easier said than done, like in Anselm Siddiqui's case.
My wife and I, we both work in essential services, so therefore our daughter had to basically do the virtual learning, but we couldn't stay at home. We had to be at work.
But with the virus shutting down summer camps and many childcare facilities, which were already in short supply,
we were forced to basically consult the care.com.
Siddiqui says this is leading to a, quote, increased amount of anxiety for parents, end quote. And he would know. He and his team at the Behavioral Health Center Children's Home Society have been helping Idaho families manage the anxiety throughout the pandemic.
And that anxiety stems from them having the challenge of figuring out exactly whether or not they should choose to stay at home so that they can take care of their kids who can't go anywhere, or go to work knowing that they have to figure out exactly how to support their kids.
So how much does child care cost? Well, that depends. The Idaho Youth Association for the Education of Young Children tells us child care providers typically earn $9.77 an hour on average. But a calculation for the Boise area on cares.com shows full-time nannies currently cost families even more at a rough estimate of $15 an hour. Or in Siddiqui's experience, $18 an hour.
Which translates into $2,880 a month. That essentially my entire paycheck.
This especially problematic for low-wage earning parents.
That minimum wage is not going to be enough, not even close enough, to be able to cover for the child care.
Siddiqui says in some cases, this is resulting in parents quitting or reducing hours at their jobs, which he suspects is keeping that continued unemployment claims rate at about 5 times as bad as it was this same time last year. Or even worse, says it's resulting in kids being left alone for hours every day.
2-3 years from down the road, we're going to probably look down and remember that kids were so much affected by the isolation.
The Idaho Department of Health and Welfare does have a child care assistance program, and Governor Little did make emergency grants available for child care business owners. But the question becomes, are these programs meeting the need? Tomorrow night on Idaho News 6, we will hear more on what Siddiqui is calling for from the governor's office and how they're responding to this in order to mitigate any harm to Idaho families and mitigate the high joblessness rate in Idaho. Madeline White, Idaho News 6.
Do you have a child care story to share? We'd like to hear from you. Just reach out to the email on your screen.